Alright, so we're going to talk about your posture today, right? So I'm trying to exaggerate how I see some people walk or how I see people stand. Most common thing I'll see when we start our classes, if people aren't aware of it, is that they'll put their weight on one side of their hip and kind of lean on one leg while turning the other one out. While it might look good for getting some angles for your pictures, it really starts to be detrimental to the way you train when it comes to strength and conditioning, especially when you're squatting and especially when you're running and jumping and landing. Because when people get used to this movement pattern where their feet are kind of stacked this way and they're kind of hanging out on their hip, when I see people start to squat, I'll see the same pattern where they're going to start to turn out their feet on that kind of angle, right? When we do that, now we're causing this asymmetric imbalance, and that can lead to a lot of kind of injuries kind of down the road, okay? Same thing when you jump, right? When people jump and they land, they're gonna naturally go back to that same position that they're used to spending most of their time in, right? So, how do you fix that? You gotta be aware of your posture as you're kind of going throughout your day, okay? So when you're standing straight up and down, your feet should be underneath your hips. So here's your hip bones right here. They should be straight down, right? You want to get those toes straight ahead. We're human beings. We're designed to have our feet straight up. And then here, you're going to create a little bit of torque, right? So I'm taking my foot and I'm screwing it into the ground a little bit, keeping my core on. My glutes are slightly engaged. We're not going 100% like we're trying to take a punch here, but it just has to be nice and active. And just by doing that, you'll feel like you're a little bit taller. For you kind of height challenge people, you got some free half inch to inch here, right? So boom, that set me up taller. I'm kind of screwed into the ground. I have my base. And then from here, you're going to keep your shoulders slightly rolled back so that your thumbs should be pointing straight ahead. If you feel yourself kind of hunching forward, those thumbs are going to turn in. So those are one of the few things to kind of be aware of. Boom, give you a couple more inches, you have a little taller posture, you have a better kind of pathway for breathing as well, okay? Same thing when you're running, especially with people who are standing like this. I'll see when people run, they're either will kick that leg out, kind of like Charlie Chaplin, or they'll swing out behind you, or behind them, okay? And you think about, especially if you're a long distance runner, if you do that same repetitive motion tens of thousands of times, you're going to be asking for a lot of knee injuries and problems. And that's why runners have kind of the highest injury rates, because not a lot of people are kind of coached correctly or efficiently on this stuff. Okay, so when you're running, you're going to, again, try to keep those toes straight ahead. As you pull your legs, they're going to be coming up right underneath you. Just a few things that are really small, but it can make a big impact to your training. So that's your Tractical Tip for this week. Thanks for checking it out.